Jerusalem Eyewitness News. I'm Roxana. Our top story tonight, Jesus of Nazareth has been arrested by the High Council on charges of blasphemy. The arrest came shortly before midnight in the Garden of Gethsemane, where soldiers from the temple found Jesus with his closest friends. A temple spokesman says to believe Jesus might have been plotting with those same friends earlier in the garden, but a source close to Jesus says they were only praying. Jesus is standing trial before the priest at this hour and will have more of his story to go. Now here's a check with the weather from our buddy Martha Storm. Martha?
Hey, we've got a pretty nice forecast coming this weekend. But before I get to that, did you think Jesus of Nazareth was arrested?
That's right.
For what?
We're still waiting to confirm that, but it seems the High Council is charging him with pretending to be God.
Pretending? That's crazy.
I know.
He doesn't need to pretend. He is God. I've seen the miracles myself.
You mean you're a believer?
Well, sure. Who wouldn't be?
Well, according to sources down at the temple, there's a large part of people turning against him.
Well, that just doesn't sound right to me. He's healed the blind and the sick and the crippled. Should he even raise the dead? Why in the world would anyone want to arrest Jesus? Unless
you're not, Martha.
No, that's too crazy, even for me.
What is it?
What if Jesus wants to get arrested? What if getting put on trial is the plan?
Why would he do that?
If he let them arrest him, I know the other reasons.
Martha, can we get a forecast, please?
The forecast? Sure. It's going to be a nice sunny weekend all the way till Sunday. But if you're asking me, we've got something, we're in for something this weekend. It's not on radar. Back to you, Rock.
Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Bethlehem. He said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him. He began to be sad and troubled. They said to him, "My soul is very sad. I feel close to death. Stay here and keep watch over me." He went a little farther. Then he fell with his face to the ground. He prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, take this cup of suffering away from me. But let what you want to be done, not what I want." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour?" He asked Peter. "Watch and pray, that you won't fall into sin when you are tempted. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak." He swore away a second time. He prayed, "My Father, is it possible for this cup to be taken away? If I must drink it, may what you want to be done." Then he came back again and found them sleeping. They couldn't keep their eyes open, so he left them and went away once more. For the third time, he prayed the same thing. Then he returned to the disciples and said, "Are you still sleeping or resting? Look, the hour has come. The Son of Man is about to be handed over to the sinners. Get up, let us go. Here he comes, who is the one that handed me over to them. Friend, do what you came to do." Then the men stepped forward, they grabbed Jesus, and arrested him. At that time, Jesus spoke to the crowd. "Do you have to come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the temple courtyard teaching, and you didn't arrest me. For all this happens that the words of the prophets will come true." And all the disciples left him and went away.
Hey there, friends. Is your ride getting old? Has your donkey lost a step or two in the last year? Tired of the same old bumpy ride in that old camel? Then come on down to Tony Malone's used Camelot. At Tony Malone's, no one walks away, unless of course it's the new donkey, horse, or camel you buy right here. We've got the finest and new and gently used beasts of burden, and because we finance on the lot, we can pass the savings on to you. Why embarrass yourself riding that old nag when you can ride into town on a brand new steed? Buy here, pay here, you know where we are. Down on
We interrupt this program for an urgent news bulletin. Sources are telling Jerusalem Eyewitness News that Jesus of Nazareth is dead. He was convicted early this morning.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm reading the news.
You're interrupting my airtime. I paid for this commercial.
I'm sorry, Tony, but this is urgent news.
So some guy died. Big deal.
Not just some guy, Tony. It's Jesus.
Jesus? The miracle guy?
You know him?
Sure, I loaned him a gently used donkey just on Sunday when he got into town. They say he's dead.
That's what I'm trying to tell the people.
How?
He was convicted by the high priest and then sentenced by Pontius Pilate. He was crucified.
They nailed Jesus to a cross? They killed him?
Yes.
Wow, I can't believe he let them do that to him.
I don't think he had a choice, Tony. They arrested him.
I know that, but they couldn't do anything to him if he didn't like him.
Why not?
Because he's God's son.
Maybe you're a believer too.
You bet I am, or was anyway.
Well, Tony, if Jesus was the Son of God, why do you think they let him put him to death?
Well, Jesus said he had come to save the world. I just can't believe that plan could be over.
Whatever plan he had, it's over, Tony. He's dead.
So was his friend Lazarus. But when Jesus went into the tomb, Lazarus came out alive.
Are you serious?
Wrong, I've never been more serious about anything in my life. I saw Lazarus laid to rest, and I saw him coming back to life. If Jesus can raise a man from the dead, maybe he can have a plan to raise himself.
They came to a place called Golgotha. The word Golgotha means place of the skull. There they mixed wine with bitter spices and gave it to Jesus to drink. After tasting it, he refused to drink it. When they had nailed him to the cross, they divided up his clothes by casting lots. There they sat down and kept watch over him there. Above his head, they placed the ring charged against him. It read, "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." From noon until 3 o'clock, the whole land was covered with darkness. About 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out in a loud voice. He said, my God, why have you deserted me?" After Jesus cried out in a loud voice, he died. At that moment, the temple curtain was torn in two, from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks split. The Roman commander and those guarding Jesus saw the earthquake. And all that happened. They were terrified. They exclaimed, "He was surely the Son of God."
Part 3, live on the scene.
Good morning. This is Jerusalem Eyewitness News. Our top story this morning is Jesus alive? Wait, am I reading this right? Jesus alive? He can't be. They crucified him, right? You don't just come back to life from that. We do? Seriously? Well, okay then. People are saying that yes, Jesus is alive and that he's no longer in the grave. Sounds pretty silly to me, but I'm told we have a man live on the scene, so.
This is Martha Storm with Jerusalem Eyewitness News. I'm standing here.
Martha, what are you doing? Get back to the studio and get ready to do the weather.
Sorry, Rock. When I heard the news, I had to come down and see this for myself. He's not in there, Rock. He's risen.
That's ridiculous, Martha. The dead will just come back to life.
They do if Jesus raises him to life, and they do it for the Son of God.
Oh, here we go again.
It's true. I saw him standing here. I saw the whole thing. This is Jesus' friend, my child, Mary Mack. Mary, tell us what you saw.
I came out growing this morning with his mother.
Jesus' mother, Mary?
Yes, and a friend. We expected to find the tomb sealed up, and we were hoping the soldiers would open up to us, so we could probably be everybody. When we got here, the soldiers were gone, and the sun was all the way.
And where was Jesus?
He wasn't there anymore. Instead, we saw an angel, and the angel said, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? He's not dead, he's risen."
Come on, Martha. You expect people to believe that story. If he's alive, then where is he?
I don't know where he is right now. He was here just half an hour ago.
He was?
I told the disciples, and they came down and had a look. After they left, a man came up and asked where I was going. I told him, "Someone stole my Lord's body, and I don't know where he is." Then he said, "Mary, I knew it was him. It was Jesus, Mama. He's alive."
He's alive, Rock. He's alive.
Well, if this is true, this is big news indeed. We'll keep you posted as the story develops. I don't suppose you can give us a forecast while you're down there, Martha?
It's all sunshine here, Rock. Jesus is alive.
The Sabbath day was now over. It was dawn on the first day of the week. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. It was a powerful earthquake. An angel of the Lord came down from the heaven. The angel went to the tomb. He rolled back the stone and sat on it. His body shone like lightning. His clothes were as white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became a dead man. The angel said to the woman, "Don't be afraid. I know that you're looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He's not here. He is risen, just as he said he would. Come and see the place where he was lying. Go quickly. Tell his disciples he is risen from the dead. It's going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. There I have told you." But the woman hurried away from the tomb. They were afraid. They were filled with joy. They ran to tell the disciples. Suddenly Judas met them. "Greetings," he said. They came to him to close his feet and worship him. And Jesus said to them, "Don't be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me."
What comfort that sweet sentence gives.
crazy, but this is one little story that just won't go away. First he's dead, now he's alive, and now his followers have a message for the whole world. Our cameras are live on the scene, where a gathering of believers just witnessed Jesus going back to heaven. Let's hear what people are saying from our man on the street.
Hey, look, I'm out on remote again.
Martha, what are you doing?
I'm doing my last ever broadcast, buddy. I've taken a new job. Well, it's not really a job. It's a calling. I'm going out to tell the whole world that Jesus is alive.
You're quitting?
Hey, this is big news for us. Bigger than any storm or weather event in the last, well, ever.
Martha, we all know you love Jesus, but what about people on the street? What are they saying?
I'm glad you asked, because I have one right here.
Hey, Rock, how's it going?
Tony Malone, the used camel guy?
That's wonderful. I'm a big answer, and we're here to tell the whole world that Jesus loves them.
But what about the camel lot? What about your commercials? What about our ad money?
Sorry, Rock. This is way more important than just camels. Jesus is alive, and the whole world needs to know.
Isn't this exciting, Rock?
No!
Why not?
First we lose our weather guy, now we lose our sponsors. We're losing everything.
Listen, sister, if you lose us, you lose nothing. But if you lose Jesus, you've lost everything.
Whoa.
We love you, Rock, and we want you to meet Jesus too.
It's too late. He's gone.
No, he's not. No, he's not, partner. He's in our hearts, and he wants to be yours.
In my heart.
Stay there, Rock. We're headed your way.
Then we're headed out to tell the whole world about Jesus.
Okay then, I'll be here ready for the rest of the news. But in light of what you just told me, all this other stuff seems pretty unimportant. Folks, Jesus is alive, and now he wants to live in our hearts. I don't know all the details right now, but I promise as soon as I know, you'll know.
Then Jesus came to them. He said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. So you must go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I have commanded you, and you can be sure that I'm always with you to the very end.
way through some eyes in this face could present it. You have seen with your own eyes the empty tomb, and you have heard the men and the women who believe he is alive. As a journalist, it is my duty to present the news and let you decide what on it. But in this case, I can't keep silent. Folks, Jesus is alive. No, I haven't seen him with my own eyes, but I have seen the way he has changed the people who did. I know he lives, and I know he is changing my life and the life of those who believe in him. I have never covered a more important news story in my life, and I have never made a bigger choice than this one. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God who died to give me a new life, and I believe that Jesus can change your life too. I hope you will believe in him as well. Let's stand and sing together, Jesus paid it all.